name is Johnny, and I'm going to be your skipper and your storyteller today as we take our enchanting and magical cruise around the mystical realm of Storybook Land. For your safety, please keep those hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat at all times, supervising all small children. Do not touch the green water that is beneath us. You might instantly turn into a frog, and Princess Tiana isn't here to kiss you. As we get swallowed by Monster the Whale, don't you worry, Pinocchio was here before us. And he lit a great big fire deep down inside Monster's belly, causing him to let out a great big sneeze. And look, he blew his tail right off. This gives us our very own special entrance into Storybook Land, and it makes Monster half the whale he used to be. I know that's a whale and a tail and kind of hard to swallow, but as Monster's tail ends, our tale begins. On your left is the cave of the big bad wolf who was huffing and puffing and trying to get across this canal to the homes of his favorite dinner guests, the 3 pigs. Now the first house is made of straw, the second is made of sticks, the very last house is made of 100% wolf-proof bricks. Of course the wolf has his own nicknames for those piggies. He calls them ham, bacon, and sausage. Just around the river bend on your left is the quaint English village of Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Alice used to sit underneath those trees there pondering her golden afternoons, until she followed a silly white rabbit down that stony path and straight into the rabbit's burrow right there beneath the old oak tree, where she fell down, down, down into the curiouser and curiouser realm of Wonderland. The center of the canal is London Park, the very same park that Peter, John, Wendy, and little Michael Darling flew over with a bit of faith, trust, and a whole lot of pixie dust on their way to Never Never Land, but they never ever ever have to grow up, thus avoiding the invasion of the giant ducks. Directly ahead of us is Agrabah, the city of mystery and enchantment. Right up at the top is the Sultan's Palace. Below that is Agrabah Market. This is where Aladdin stayed, one jump ahead of Aladdin, one step ahead of the sword. He only stole what he couldn't afford, and that was everything. The biggest treasure that Aladdin never did steal was Princess Jasmine's heart. Aww. We are now passing beneath the beautiful and sparkling rose-covered arches that Aladdin and Jasmine flew under, soaring, tumbling, and freewheeling all the way to a whole new world. And like the song says there, my friends, every turn is a surprise. Please keep those hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat at all times. No one here is a diamond in the rough, and you don't want to touch anything that's inside the Cave of Wonders. 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 On your right-hand side are treasures untold. On your left is the magic land of the genie. Remember the genie once said he had powers, but an evening living space. Make a wish and it might come true. On your right is the cottage of the 7 dwarfs. Snow White is in there baking gooseberry pies for her friends. Sleepy, Happy, Grumpy, Dopey, Sneezy, Bashful, and Duck, who are up in their diamond mine on the hill, whistling while they work. Someday her prince will come. On your left is the enchanting French village of Cinderella, who grew up in that blue roof chateau right there with her wicked stepmother and ugly stepsisters, until she married Prince Charming and moved way on high into that gorgeous pink and gold castle. Take a look at the bridge and you will see the pumpkin that took our Cinderella to her happily ever after. This just goes to show you ladies what a great pair of shoes can do for a girl. On your left is the giant patchwork quilt comprised of 23 different varieties of desert flowers on those patches, held together by those giant cloth stitches. This was featured in the 1933 silly symphony called Lullaby Land. I hear that a very large giant cloth is his bed at night when the park is closed. True story. Now, in case you folks were wondering, all the plants, the trees, and the flowers in Storybook Land are absolutely real, miniaturized using a special process known only to our gardeners here at Disneyland, with a little bit of pixie dust assistance from Tinkerbell. They are only allowed to grow 1 inch per year. Some of them are actually over 150 years old, and were transplanted here by Walt Disney himself. One second. Directly ahead of us is the stately manor of one J. Thaddeus Toad, known as Toad Hall from the film Wind in the Willows. Now, Mr. Toad currently has an ad residence right now. He's out and about on a wild ride, somewhere off in Fantasyland to nowhere in particular. That house right there belongs to his friend Ratty. Reddy is responsible for cleaning up all 9 of Toad's chimneys. On your left are the Dutch windmills that were featured in the 1930s. 7 Silly Symphony called the Old Mill. It was in that second windmill there that the animals took shelter from a bitter winter storm. Directly ahead of us, nestled at the base of the Matterhorn Mountain, is the Alpine village of Geppetto. Geppetto wished upon a star one fateful night, bringing his puppet Pinocchio to life, thanks to some magic provided by a blue fairy. If Pinocchio remains brave, truthful, and unselfish, he might very well become a real-life boy. Now the tree that's over 150 is right there. It's the fuzzy one. The fuzzy. On the other side of the building. On this side, but on the other side of the building. And yes, those are real pomegranates. No, they're not edible. We tried cutting one open. The seeds are white. I just wanted to. I want to know too. And those trees, you can actually find them in critter full size. They're giant stuff. We've seen them. On your right-hand side, on those white sandy beaches, is where Ariel took her first few steps as a human and became part of our world. That's also where Prince Eric left her a copper pin. Now, of course, Ariel wasn't always a princess on land. She was once a princess under the sea. Take a look through the waterfall and you will see the city of Atlantica. This is where Ariel grew up as the Little Mermaid, and where she stored Oliver, who's a slut, thingamabobs, sparkles, and nickelhoppers. It's also where her friends Flounder and Sebastian swim to this day. For your safety, my friends, keep those hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat at all times, especially as we approach the dock. That dock over there is made of cement, and your fingers are not. We don't want anybody's fingers getting smushed. My name is Johnnie, and it's been my pleasure to have been your storyteller today. But as all good stories go, this one must come to an end. And I must tell you guys, this is actually the very last boat on Storybook Land I will be taking ever. So forgive me if I tear up a little bit. Stay seated until I count to 3, and only on that magical count of 3 will we all stand together at the very same time. Remember, my friends, that this is a real boat, that's real water, and if you do tip us over, we all go finding Nemo the hard way. The end. Alrighty, my friends, please stay seated. Watch those hands, arms, and fingers as you exit on the count of 3. Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. Group hug! Hey guys, go ahead and exit out to your left toward the waterfall. Have a magical day. Watch your step.